Hey friends, Lori here. I'm back. I'm here to start a new reading vlog. So I'm going to be participating in Knock It Out November reading challenge for Covers with Cassidy. So she just sort of put this reading challenge together just to sort of help us achieve our last year, like end of the year goals. I have many. So yeah, this is what's gonna happen. I have about 17 prompts and I'm just gonna sort of pick one for the week. I'm also doing another challenge too, but this one is just me just trying to get out of reading slump and try to pick some fun things and just try to tackle some goals. I really don't know what I'm in the mood to read. That's really what it comes down to. So yeah, I have about 17 prompts and I have a random number generator on my phone. So I'm going to do the random number generator and then I'm going to find a book that corresponds to that. And then we will chat about it and hopefully I get some reading done tonight. I'm also listening to Gilded by Marissa Meyer. That is a book that I had to read before the end of the year anyways, but actually works for this. But yeah, let's do a random number generator and see what number gets picked. 13. Ooh, read a sequel. Read a sequel. Okay, let me go find a sequel, preferably physical, and I will report back. Read a sequel. I'm so bad at reading sequels. I'll be very, very honest. I'm awful at reading sequels, so I need to go find one, and then we'll chat about it, and hopefully it captures my attention, which I've been struggling with. So let's go find one. So this actually worked out perfectly. I think I'm gonna pick up The Queen Will Betray You by Sarah Henning. This is the second book in her, what is it called? The Kingdom of Sand and Sky series. I loved book one when I read it. It is like one of my favorite romance tropes, and this is book two. Yeah, so I'm super excited to start this. It actually seems also super short, which considering everything else on my TBR, it's like literally just under, it's about 350 pages. So yeah, I'm gonna go get organized for bed. I'm gonna start this, see if I can make some significant progress on it. We will see. That is the goal. And yeah, I'm just gonna take a week and I'm just gonna read a bunch of books that just knock it out in November and just try to kick my slump. So yeah, I'm gonna go start this, take a shower, get organized, and when I read about 50 pages of this, I actually started it a couple of months ago and then I put it down, but I would love to get to chapter 10, and then I'll give you guys an update. It's always hard sometimes to do like reading vlogs about sequels, but I'm gonna give it a shot, and I'll talk to you guys for my next video. Bye friends. I just want to do a quick update. I've been filming on my vlogging camera, but I'm being a bit lazy, but so the quality might be a little bit off for this clip. I apologize. But I did want to say that I wound up getting up to page 118 in The Queen Will Betray You by Sarah Henning. I'm really enjoying it. I really have a hard time reading sequels. It's a really big issue, and I'm going to try to be much better about it in the upcoming year. But I am liking it. I like the characters. I think that this book is very different from how book one was set up that I recall, because you do get more of both characters' point of views. I like that it is a very different type of story. Also, a lot about the characters have been revealed. I'm really liking it. I think I'm more invested right now in the princess's story than Luca's point of view, but I'm still really, really liking it. So I'm going to go read a little bit, and I'm going to do reading sprints with Peace Love Books. I did reading sprints with her yesterday, and I will talk to you guys when I have an update. I'm on page, I'm on page 118. I would love to get to page 150. So when that happens, I'll give you guys an update. Bye, friends. I think I'm just going to do this vlog on my computer, so sorry for the quality, but I'm just being super lazy today. I'll be very, very honest. This is a crazy week because it's like a very, very fractured week. Like today was a full day. Tomorrow is a day we don't have the kids, and then Wednesday's parent-teacher conferences, and Thursday's a full day, and Friday we're off, and I'm going to Y'all Fest, so it's going to be a bit of a crazy week. I'm just still trying to break my slump, but good news, I did want to finish between The Queen Will Betray You by Sarah Henning. I need to add The King Will Kill You on my audio like immediately so I don't forget what I just read, because it was a hard slog. That it wasn't like a slog, but like I feel like because I missed a lot of key information or I didn't do the reread the way I should have, so I'm gonna try to add it to my TBRQ like immediately. If I don't get it this month, I'll probably get it in December and wrap up that series. But I just picked up a random book because I was gonna listen to the audio, and as I was reading, I'm like, ooh, this is capturing me. I want to physically read it. So I picked up Dust by Kara Swanson. This was a book that I got from ALA. It's from Enclave Publishing, which I've never heard of, but this is like Yeah, I know. Sorry, they're constantly calling me for voting. I voted already, but they're constantly telling me that I have to vote for tomorrow. So it's like I get the same phone call every single night to remind me to vote. Which I have voted, so I don't need the phone call. But I did want to picking this up, and it reminds me. When Owl Crate first started, I read the Everland series by Wendy Spinella, and I love that. So this is like a Peter and Pan and Wendy retelling, but this is a little bit different. So this follows a main character named Claire, and she's living somewhere, and it's like 6 years in the future, or 6 years in the future, and her brother has gone missing, and they're twins, and they can't find her, and she thinks her brother has been sent off to Neverland, and things go from there. But she has like a magical powers sort of that like come out of her fingers, and when her dust touches people, it sort of has an adverse reaction. And then the other character you follow is Peter. And he sort of has a very complicated past, and he is in a bit of a dangerous situation. His Tinkerbell is gone, so he's sort of dealing with that. And he desperately needs to find Claire. So that's sort of where we are right now. I read about 72 pages. I'm about to go reading spins on Peace Love Books channel while I have a little bit of time. But yeah, I'm really liking it. Right off the bat, it's a fun read. I really just might read the sequel because I actually need an audiobook to do when I'm going away to Y'all Fest. So I picked that up. So I have a couple of options. But this just counts for a book that I sort of forgot about and or wanted to read before the end of the year. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to read this. I'm going to read to page 150, and then I'll give you guys another update. Bye, friends. It's Lori here. I'm back. It was a long day. It was election day, so we had a teacher's work day, and I cleaned like the whole day. So if you've been following my saga, I got hired in 2018, so I had like 1 year before the pandemic, and I'm a drama teacher, so I took over from another teacher who had a pretty big stock, and she had two big rooms. Like one was mostly like light stuff and costumes and like props and stuff, no costumes. The other room was all my costume stuff. So I had to condense two rooms into one. It was a very, very tedious day, a lot of work. I did listen to like pretty much the whole audiobook for Kingdom of the Curse by Carrie Maniscalco. I have like an hour left. I'm really liking it. I'm happy I picked up the audio. There was a lot of like music elements to it that I wasn't expecting. And tomorrow we have parent-teacher conferences. So I have like about like 3 hours to listen to an audiobook, like as I'm calling parents. Like if I have to send emails and stuff, I have that too. And then tomorrow in the morning, I have 2 periods off, 2 prep periods. So I have a lot of time tomorrow, so I'll probably try to get to finish it at some point. But I did want to say that I also have been following the Y'all Fest drop. So I've been writing all those down. I made my schedule. I still have to pack. I'll probably pack maybe tomorrow night. If not tomorrow, then definitely Thursday night because I'm leaving on Friday. But I was going to pack tonight, but I'm just way too tired. I was running around like a crazy person trying to get everything done. And then tomorrow's parent-teacher conferences. So I'll probably pack Thursday. I don't need a lot. I'm only going for like 24 hours. I'm going to leave here Friday morning and come back Sunday. So it's not a lot of time. Mostly I'm just there for the books, we'll be honest. I'm really not even going to bring books to get signed by authors. So like that's my friend Sarah gave me a very good piece of advice. Pick one thing to go for. So I'm going to go for ARCs and not for books because if there really is an author that I desperately want to see, I will see them in New York. But I'm going for the ARCs. That's what I do. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm also going to make some progress on Dust. I got up to page 116. I really am liking it. It's giving me very much vibes. Oh, my puppy's back. It's giving me vibes of like the Everland series by Wendy Spinell, which I really did enjoy. But this is like a little bit different, and I'm really liking it. Cassie, don't you dare take my shoe. So yeah, I'm going to go read a little bit more, just relax, calm down, and just try to focus on enjoying life for a moment. But yeah, I'm going to go read Dust, and I'll update you guys when I can. Hey, Cassie. Hey, friends, I'm back. So it's like 5 days later. It's Monday the 14th. So I did end up going to Y'all Fest. I literally forgot to vlog, so I will have to put my like wrap up together in like a different form because I literally filmed nothing. But my friend that I met there, Literary Hype Woman, I will link her vlog below because I'm in it. and she vlogged the whole thing, so like you can see her experience, which was basically mine because I was with her the whole day. She's a really, really cool person. I'll try to link her below in her video because she was great. And she vlogged, but I got a lot of stuff and I just was distracted. But during that trip, I did finish listening to Dust. I finished reading Dust, which was really, really good. I really, really liked it. I think it was a really fun, Neverland retelling, and it was great. I love both characters. There was some unexpected twists and turns towards the very, very end. And that was what I read. And then I finished that when I got there, and then I picked up, as I was heading home, I picked up a book that I bought, which is The World Between Blinks, Rebellion of the Lost by Amy Kaufman and Ryan Groudon. This is the second book in her middle grade duology that she wrote with Ryan Groudon. And I was listening to a lot of her podcasts when I was traveling. And I just wanted to it really motivated me to sort of finish her backlist before Isles of the Gods comes out in May. So that's what I'm doing. This one is the second book in her series. It's about two cousins and they wind up going to a different world. And in this world, they have a bunch of like mysteries. This book was very adventure focused and very, very questy, which I love a good quest story. And I'm really, really fond of it. So I read about 218 pages, and I think I could probably finish the rest of this tonight. My real goal for this week is to catch up on my YouTube queue because it's gotten massive. It's just gotten insane. And I want to start 2023 with no YouTube queue. So that's a promise I'm going to make to myself. So I'm going to go get to reading. My puppy got in trouble, so I can't really play with her. But yeah, my goal is to get up to page 250, and then I'll give you guys another solid update. But it's a sequel, so I don't want to say too much. Just know that I am liking it, and it's having a very interesting conversations in the story, which I'm really, really fond of. And I just like the writing style a lot, and I love where they kind of go to a world where every missing thing is found, and like there's historical characters that are main characters, like Amelia Earhart and like Queen Nefertiti. So there's a lot of just stuff there. But the dynamics between the cousins is super fun, and I love the characters that you get to see again. So I'm going to go back to reading, and I'll talk to you guys when I can. Bye, friends. So I just want to give you guys a little bit of an update. I did wind up reading to page 250 in The World Between Blinks, book 2. I'm liking this book quite a bit. I think it's a very interesting story. The first book really was they sort of fell into this world, and these two cousins have to sort of work together to sort of figure out what's happening, and they have to solve a family mystery, which I like because they were sort of forced to work together and it was very much about their family. This book is a little bit different. This book has more of like a save the world element to it, which I love, and I think that Amy Kaufman and Ryan Groudon are doing a really good job at sort of looking at what's happening in their story and sort of building a story. I also like that the various side characters that are present and accounted for. It's a really fun, sort of like a quest story. I think at the heart of this is sort of like how to get this gentleman, this bad guy, from stopping to take over their world. And I think it's a very interesting plot twist to get them there, or a plot element. So it's like not like they're looking for a weapon, they're looking for something else. And I find that to be very interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, so my goal is to read another 50 pages at least to see how far I can get, but I'm really liking it. I just love in the world that like they're sort of sucked back into this, fantastical world where everything missing is here. So you see like, historical figures or just things that you have lost. And I just love that. I think that world is really, really interesting, and all these unsolved mysteries are just present and accounted for. And as someone that loves a good unsolved mystery, I'm loving the world. I'm also loving the cousin dynamic, and the cousin dynamic has increased in this book. So you also get one of the main character's brothers, who is sort of like a side character in book 1, and I'm really loving it. So happy I picked this one up because it really was not on my immediate TBR, but I've been ironically reading like sequels this month, which was not the plan, but I'm happy that I'm getting around to them all. So yeah, I am going to go back to reading, and I'll update you guys when I read another 50 pages. Bye, friends. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up getting up to page 306 in my book. I really am liking it. We're right at the tail end. I think that they're doing a really good job of wrapping up this story. And like I've said in the past, I think that this really needed to be a duology, and sometimes I struggle with series. I'll be very, very honest. I have a hard time reading them. Definitely is going to be a goal for 2023. I'll say that. But I am enjoying it. I think I have to read like 22 more pages, and then there's like an appendix with all the mysteries that are featured in the story, which I definitely am going to read. So I'm going to go tackle the rest of this. Sorry for the horrible camera. I normally have not been filming on my vlogging camera because, I've been filming on my vlogging camera, but I'm just too lazy to open up everything because this week was a little bit busy. But yeah, I'm going to go finish this, and then we're going to chat about what my reading plans are next. I think I finally have bust my slump. and I'm really in the mood to keep reading, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. But I'm also doing the TBR and Beyond Reading Challenge for the month. It's like a team game, and I want my team to win. So I'm trying to do as many challenges as I can. So yeah, once we're done with this, we're going to pick my next read, see what prompts I have left, maybe do a random number generator because I'm very indecisive all of a sudden, but I know want to read, so I'm excited for that. So let me go finish this, and then I'll check in with you guys. Bye, friends. I did want to say that I did wind up finishing Rebellion of the Lost, World Between Blanks, Book 2. I really like this book. I'm probably going to give it 3.5 stars for review. I'll round up to 4 on Goodreads. I thought this was a really solid sequel, and I thought that it did something different. I thought that it, like, took the world in a different direction. Book 1, you were really developing and learning about, oh my god, Jake and Marisol's past and their family connection and sort of learning about the world between blanks. And then book 2 really was saving the world between blanks, which I really enjoyed, and I gave it 3.5 stars. I definitely want to make it a goal to finish Amy Kaufman's backlist in 2023 if I can't do it this year. And maybe a couple of other authors. I always do that in every year, and I always fail. So I'm going to pick an author that I really am excited about, or that I have just a couple of books to make it a little bit easier for me. But yeah, I'm going to go choose my next read. I'm going to kind of look at my prompts and see what I'm in the mood for. Only thing, I don't want to lose any steam. So, and I think that I'm finally in the mood to just keep reading. So that's what I was going to do. This was a sequel reading vlog, but I think I'm probably going to deviate from that a little bit unless I find something that goes along with it. So yeah, I'm going to go do some picking and choosing. And then I'm going to talk about my audiobook that I'm listening to as well. That will probably wrap up tomorrow. So yeah, we go pick my next read, and then we'll chat about it. Bye, friends. The book that I got, the prompt I have chosen for the TBR and Beyond reading group, it's called Haunted Mansion. I'm team Haunted Library, is read a spooky middle grade. So I'm going to go look at my TBR and see what I have that is a spooky and would be considered middle grade, and just see if something pops. And if not, I'll go on, something and figure something out. But I should probably be able to find a physical book. So I'm going to go figure something out, see what I have, see what could work. See if I want to follow my TBR, see if I don't want to follow my TBR. I didn't get anything this weekend that was YA, young middle grade from YALLFest. So let me go see what I can find, and then we'll report back. Bye, friends. So I think I'm going to stick with my TBR, and I think I'm going to pick up Lightcasters by Janelle McCurdy. And this is just a book about the dark. I think that's all I know. And I really don't know anything else. I'm going to kind of go into this book a little bit blind, but I know it has to do with nightmares. This cover is super pretty. So yeah, I'm going to pick this one up and see how I like it. I don't really know what I'm getting myself into, but, it looks like it has a fun cover. It came out in September. I haven't heard a lot about it, and but it is an Aladdin book, and that's the same house that publishes Keeper of the Lost Cities and a couple of other series that I really enjoyed. So hopefully this is another series that I really do like. So I'll pick this one up and see how I feel about it. And if I'm able to read about 50 pages, I'll give you guys an update. And if not, I'll update you guys tomorrow when I get home. I'm also listening to Grave Reservations, which is a cozy mystery about like a girl that's like a travel agent, but also is a psychic travel agent, and she winds up teaming up with this cop to solve a mystery. And I have about 2 hours left of that book. It's not my favorite ever, but it's fun. So yeah, I'm gonna hopefully try to read about 50 pages of this. That's my goal, is to get up to page like 45, I'll say, and before I go to bed tonight, but we'll see. So I'm gonna go start this, and then I'll give you guys an update when I can, and hopefully I'll like it, and if not, I have options, but I would like to really tackle this, so we will see what happens, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye. It was a long day at work. Tuesdays is always my longest day. It's like a very, very weird structured day, so I always feel a little bit drained at the end of the day. But I did wind up getting stuff done work-wise, so that was good. It's like it's the first 3 months of school is always busy, because it always feels like you go, you stop, you go, you stop. It's not like consistent education until like December, and December is just a weird month. So, but I listened to a little bit of my audiobook, but I was listening to something else. So I did wind up getting up to about page 50 in The Light Chasers by Janelle McCurdy. It actually has a different title on Goodreads, so like, I don't know if they changed the title of this book. I got this in like June, and I think they might have changed the title before it came out. But you basically follow this main character named Mia, and she lives in like a society where it's all darkness. And there are creatures called umbers, which are like they're kind of done but like light, and most of them are very, very benevolent and they're helpful. But one day when Mia tries to kind of escape and try to goes on a mini adventure, she's basically attacked by an evil Umber, and that is sort of her life. And she's a little brother. Her best friend vanishes, and they say his parents are traitors. And now she has to go to school to be an Umber, and she's less than thrilled about it. I'll say that. She's not. She's a very, very concerned character. She really was all gung ho about fighting these creatures, and then when she was fighting them and she got very, very scared and something happened, she was younger, sort of put her off. But I do like that we get like these like documents every couple of chapters that just sort of like flesh out the world. I love that in like a book. I love when you get like documents that sort of just flesh out the world a little bit. So my goal is to read another 50 pages. I think Novel Life is doing sprints today, which I might pop on and do. But yeah, I'm also going to try to get down my YouTube queue. And yeah, that is the plan for tonight. So yeah, I'm going to go to read and read about 50 pages, and I'll give you guys an update when I can. Bye, friends. I'm back. I didn't wind up updating yesterday because I got my hair done. It was just a busy day. But I did want to say that I did wind up getting up to page 272 in Lightcasters by Janelle McCurdy. I don't know if this is book 1 or 2. Goodreads is a little bit confusing me, but I think it's book 1. I just think they changed the name. The one thing I like about this book is that the main character is like has a very interesting point of view, and I think because she's looking after a younger brother character, I'm liking it a lot. And I like that their dynamic is very, very interesting, and it's sort of like a found group of people that are sort of forced to work together. I think the setting is very eerie and creepy and very, very fall because they're sort of fighting darkness, which is very similar. I read a book last year, like a YA book, Ignite the Sun, I think it was called. And I got that from a blog tour for TBR and Beyond Reading Group. And I like that concept. It also always, whenever I think of darkness as like an enemy or darkness as a concept, I always think of Shadow and Bone. This is super different. But also the animal companions in this book are just making my heart melt. If you don't been following me the past 6 months, I recently got a new puppy named Cassie. I'll try to include a clip of her in this reading blog or maybe my next one. I have included clips of her before and she's all over my Instagram. But like just reading like animal companions now is just so different because I have a little puppy. But yeah, this is a very, very fast-paced adventure story. I will say that. But the dynamics between her and her brother Lucas are just very, very cute. And she's basically on a quest to like figure out what's happening, and her powers are starting to become present and accounted for, and it's just a very, very compelling read. So my goal is to finish this and then sort of choose my next read. I am doing the TBR and Beyond reading challenge this month too, so I have a couple of books I have to read and I just don't know what order I'm going to read them in. But yeah, I'm going to go read about maybe like 50 more pages. My goal is to get up to page 300, and then I'm going to give you guys another update and we'll talk a little bit more about the plot. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye. Back. I did just want to say that I did wind up finishing Lightcasters by Janelle McCurdy. I like this. I think I would probably give this book like 3.5 stars. I thought it was a fun read. Very atmospheric, like very eerie, very, very creepy. But it was fun. I like the main character. I love the relationship she had with her really little brother, which is not a element you often see in like middle grade. Like a lot it's like older siblings, but she also had like other found family elements. I thought the ending was a bit rushed, and I don't know if this is like a reprint. I don't know if it's like technically it's the first book in the series, but like on Goodreads it says it's the second book in the series. So, but I did really like it. I thought it was fun. It was quick. I thought the ending was like a little bit rushed, and I thought there was some elements that could have been tied up. But again, this might just be one book in the series, so it might be like subsequent. But it did give me like Ignite the Sun vibes. It did give me like for that element for the world building. It did also give me a little bit of Shadow and Bone vibes. But the characters definitely read a lot younger, and I like the fact that the main character was not as confident. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to keep reading, and for the weekend I'm just going to start a new reading blog. But I am going to pick up Blood and Moonlight by Erin Beatty. And this is a medieval serial killer in a world of moonlight magic and mystery. So this is a serial killer book. It's called Blood and Moonlight by the author that wrote the Traitor Kiss series. And I have to read a gothic read. So this will be what I'm going to count, and I'll probably just focus on it over the weekend. But I'm going to start it now while I have a little bit of time. I know this weekend is going to be a bit busy because I have to do a lot of crafting, and I'm probably not going to be physically reading a lot. So I'm going to try to read as much as I can today. And I will update you guys probably before I go to bed. But all I know is it has to do with a serial killer. And Instagram chose it. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram because I do a lot of polls over there. But yeah, this has to do with a serial killer. So I'm excited. I'm gonna go start this, and then I'll give you guys an update when I can. It says, when blood meets moonlight, Katrina discovers the astonished abilities that draw her into a mysterious stranger hunt for a serial killer. So I'm intrigued. So I'm going to go start this, and I'll update you guys when I can. If not, I'll talk to you guys for the end of the vlog. Bye, friends. Friends, I'm here to wrap up this reading vlog. So I did wind up not reading much for the rest of the evening, and I am going to start my next reading vlog. But overall, I had a pretty good, successful vlog. I wound up finishing 2 books, which was super fun. And yeah, and I also finished an audiobook, so I had a pretty successful reading experience, and I'm happy about that. Again, coming back from a trip, and especially the past couple of months, have been a bit slumpy and just been a bit distracted. That's really what it has come down to. But I read Lightcasters for my game I'm doing with the TBR Beyond reading group, and I also read World Between Blanks, and then I finished 2 Grave Reservations, and I'm going to start some new books for the weekend and just sort of prep myself up for Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is crazy as well. But yeah, thank you guys for following me. Sorry for the bad quality on this reading vlog. I've been filming on my camera, and I realized, I've been filming on my computer, and my camera has a lot better quality, but I was very, very lazy this weekend to not breaking out the camera. But for our next vlog, I will definitely be filming on my camera. So stay safe, friends, be well, and I'll talk to you guys soon for my next vlog. Let me know in the comments what is one book you've read recently and really enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, friends.